honorable resource persons from various universities and colleges, and dear participants from the faculty members from colleges and universities. On behalf of the management, principal, faculty, staff and students of Arulmigu Palniyandavar Arts College, the Internal Quality Assurance Cell extends a warm welcome to all of you to this 7-day online faculty development program. Why is it that we have decided to have a faculty development program at this juncture? It is the dire need felt by the higher educational institutions that it's a part of sharing of knowledge that one institution has to extend it to other. It is a cooperation and a coordination that higher educational institutions are thinking of in these modern days of sharing knowledge or sharing resource, and in such a way let us all proceed further and progress further in the field of academics and education. And that is the purpose the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of our college has decided to conduct the faculty development program on the cognizance and formulation of core values in higher education. And I am very happy to welcome one of you again. We, the faculty of various institutions set up in various academic environments have gathered here to give a robust thinking to what else is to be done to raise the standard of education. See, in the modern scenario, the Indian educational system is finding drastic changes, and especially the higher education system is meeting with a dynamic environment. There is a shift in the core values put forward by every institution, and the reasons are many. One is the privatization or the intrusion of or to say the taking care of the higher education institutions by the private sectors, and the use of ICT especially in higher education field. And one more thing is globalization, which gives a lot of chance for transnational educational strategies also. So these are the new upcoming strategies entering into higher education, which nobody can object. So gone are those days when traditional methods of teaching in the classrooms are no more, and students of modern days are with a lot of higher expectations, and the teachers' need is to fulfill all those. There is a necessity on the side of the teacher to fulfill the needs of the students also. So at this juncture, it is right time that we think of what are the core values that have to be inculcated in the minds of the learners by the higher educational institutions, and that is why this 7 days program has been planned by us, and we have a nice set of resource persons to share their experiences and as well as the knowledge what we have gained in the field of academics. And now let us decide what are those core values expected in the present modern day scenario. The first and foremost core value that a college or a university can impart in the mind of its learner is to what extent he or she is able to contribute to the national development. So to achieve this goal, which is placed as the first and foremost one, what is to be given to the learner? So the first thing is, if a learner is to be prepared as a contributor to the national development, it is the duty of the educational institution to measure his capability and help him to improve his capability by conducting various programs called capability enhancement programs, which in result will place him or offer him a higher level of experience, a higher level of knowledge, and higher level of practical knowledge about things what he has to do. And this naturally will result in human resource development, which is quite acceptable. And when human resource is developed by a higher educational institution, naturally the human is able to contribute to the national development. And in addition to it, if the college or the university is able to give easy accession to knowledge and equity to every learner of its the surrounding, then definitely the present set of student community is going to be a great contributor to the national development, because when an individual develops its human resource and when individual is capable of doing wonders, naturally he is the only one who is the best contributor to the national development. And this is the first and foremost core value that we have to think about at this time. And you all know the second core value that a college or a university has to impart to its learner is creating or imparting or fostering the global competency of its learner and keeping him in par with the learners of all over the world. And how to do this? It is the duty of the educational institution or people like us to measure the skill that every individual possesses and enhance a skill by giving him or opening up new avenues like entrepreneurship or by imparting a skill set in him. This is how he can be promoted to a better level. When the learner is promoted, he feels quite equipped like a soldier, and when he is let into the scenario of the world, he feels very comfortable by crossing through difficult hardships or situations, and at one time or other he is able to fix himself as a professional. And when he becomes a professional, he imparts or he is able to contribute much to the people who follow him. This is like a gradual development that can be aimed at, and that is why we may pose imparting or fostering the competency of the learner is a second core value which is very much expected. The third value which can be given to the learner is, no need to say, being born in India, a country which is known for its cultural diversities, every learner is expected to know or have a complete knowledge of the cultural values which he has to keep up to lead a life of harmony. We are living in a diversity, or we are placed in a cultural diversities. In the midst of it, it is a duty of people like us to impart this knowledge that every individual of India has to endure and live in cooperation and coordination with the other human being with you who is next to him. And this is how, by living in coordination with my neighbor, I can extend a big web of a world which is very much coordinated and which is very much living in a condition of harmony and peace. And this is the biggest value or the biggest core value that an educational institution has to impart to its learners. And finally, so to say, at this time, I needn't say the fourth core value expected is teaching can be given not simply by following the traditional ways, but by following the ICT technology. And a teacher in the modern day is expected to be literate in using computer related tools. Without gadgets, education becomes meaningless. In the midst of students who are endowed with much knowledge of technology, a teacher has to strive hard to be an equal at least to her or his students, and education can be imparted to the student mostly through using ICT tools. So at this juncture, let us all be here for a week and discuss what are those values that can be imparted and how to formulate that values, and what are the solutions that we can arrive at, and how far we can be better teachers in future by imparting these values, at the same time giving them the best education. So once again, on behalf of my college, being the IQAC coordinator, on behalf of the whole IQAC of my college, I extend a warm welcome to the most renowned resource persons from various universities all over India, and the dear participants who have very voluntarily come forward to be with us for a week. So let's all have a useful, knowledgeable time together. Welcome and all. Thank you.
A very happy day to all. Myself, Lieutenant Dr. R. Kalairasi, working as a Director of Physical Education, cum Associate NCC Officer and member of IQAC. Arulmigu Palaniandava Arts College for Women, Palani. Respected Madam Principal Dr. N. Bhuvaneshwari and Organizing Secretary of this FDP, Madam Mrs. P. Selvi, and my co-coordinator Dr. R. Uma Maheshwari, and most respected participants, a very good day to all. First of all, I must thank Madam Mrs. P. Selvi for introducing this faculty development program. Thank you, Madam. It's my bounden duty and it's my pleasure to introduce today's resource person, Dr. J. Jebakumari Beulah Vasanthi, Head Department of Computer Science and Assistant Coordinator of IQAC, Ayyanada Janaki Ammal College, Sivagasi, who have acknowledged our invitation in a very short duration. Thank you very much, Madam. She is going to present a topic, Technological Advancement and Innovations in Educational Transactions. Once again, I welcome you, Madam. Over to the session. Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome you all for this 7-day online FDP program on cognition and formulation of core values in higher education, organized by Arulmigu Palaniandavar Arts College for Women, Palani. Let me thank the principal and organizing members for inviting me as one of the resource persons for this 7-day FDP. Let us get into this session on technological advancement and innovations in educational transaction. This is the outline of the session. What is educational transactions? Technological innovations in education, innovative technologies and tools, and what is the impact of the tools and technologies on students as well as teachers. First, let us see about what is educational transaction. Normally, educational process consists of teaching, learning, evaluation. Not only that, student progression to be monitored. Apart from the normal study as well as the learning process, teachers as well as scholars has to get into this research activity too. Skill development is essential for the holistic development of a particular student. Not only gaining knowledge from books and other resources, he or she has to develop variety of skills for their better future, such as soft skill, communicative skill, personality development skill, etc. And any institution or corporate, they have to serve the society. So institutional social responsibility is need of an hour. Students as well as teachers has to involve themselves in both education as well as community oriented services. So for doing all the listed educational system activities, apart from these there may be several activities too. For all this kind of activities can be successfully implemented and performed with the help of technological growth. So this is the transformation in education process. So first of all, we used blackboard with chalk and talk method, then moved to green board, and later on we used overhead projector and LCD projector. Nowadays we are moving to online mode of education too. So in this pandemic period also, the online tools as well as internet helped us for teaching as well as learning activities. Technological innovations in education. We moved from offline mode of education to online mode of education, traditional books to e-resources. Normally we are using pen and paper, but now we are using tab and laptop. Labs are used for doing the practicals and demonstration classes. We can get into virtual lab for the same kind of demonstration nowadays. And the conferences, workshops, seminars, guest lectures which are conducted in face-to-face mode are nowadays conducted or organized in online mode through webinars, etc. Innovative technologies and tools. For doing all the kind of educational related activities, there are several technologies and tools are available for achieving all these kind of duties. Online education is there, online teaching and learning process is there, e-resources are helpful for preparing the content and other activities. Virtual classroom and labs are used for the demonstration and practical way of gaining the knowledge. Virtual reality and augmented reality are also helping in the education sector. So this is a e-ball technology. The whole device is like a ball like shape. Here a stand is there, and this is a normally a A4 sheet paper or a legal sheet paper. The paper is acting as a display, and a virtual keypad which will be come from this e-ball is used as a keypad. And this is the if you are closing this ball with this lid, this is just like a ball like appearance. So the ball is fixed with the stand, so we can place the ball anywhere on a table or any surface, and we can place a paper here in this slot. A display will be displayed like this on the paper, and a virtual keypad will be displayed on the tabletop, and we can work anywhere through this e-ball technology. So this may be helpful for education also, for preparing the content and displaying the content, etc. And this is also a technology, 5-pen PC technology. 5 pens are there. Of them, 1 pen is used as a CPU pen, and 1 is used as a keypad pen, and 1 pen is used as a monitor pen, and other 2 pens are used for communication and storage devices. So we keep all the 5 pens in a box, and we can take it to anywhere, and wherever we want we can set up a computer system like this. 1 pen will be used as a display, and 1 pen will be used as a keypad. We can type anything and we can monitor anything. And if you want to do the processing, we need a CPU. One of the pens is acting as a CPU, so that is also solved. So with the help of this 5 pen, we can make use of a computer system, and it is a handheld device too. We can take it anywhere, and this technology is also useful for education. And next, online education is nowadays very popular, and a student or a staff member can gain some more additional certification through this online education. So several online courses are offered by SWAYAM NPTEL, and that is MHRD initiatives, as well as other online courses are also be provided by other resources or other organizations such as Udemy, Coursera, edX. So there are several portals which are offering online courses. Most of them are free of cost. That is open source online courses only, MOOC courses, massive online open courses. And for examination purpose only they are charging a small amount of money. And online training is also available. A student can gain several placement related training through several apps as well as web portals, etc. And staff members who are also preparing for the SET-NET also get trained by various apps and portal which are particularly meant for the training purpose. And these kind of online resources or tools are helpful for making one person to get trained with a certain area. And they are conducting very several mock tests and very useful for their training mode. And also several study materials are also supplied by these kind of and online training. And online tuition is also nowadays popular. Students are also benefited by that. Slow learners are also benefited by this kind of online tuition. And also a staff member on their free of time, they can also take the online tuition and earn while they learn mode of education is also nowadays popular. So a student can take online tuition for the younger generation, that is for the class 4th or 5th or 6th standard students, and they can also get some money out of them. So during the study of their course, study of their college education, they can earn through this kind of part-time jobs through online tuition. So these are all comes under the online education system. So one sample, Udemy. So this Udemy consists of several courses under various categories. 1,30,000 online video courses, additionally with the new addition of courses every month. So more than 1,30,000 courses are offered by this Udemy, and most of the courses are covering all the discipline of subjects: Python, Excel, web development, JavaScript, data science. Apart from this computer oriented courses, other courses are also available. And if you are looking into this Python course, there are several courses are available, specialized courses under this Python programming. And if you are seeing the actual cost of this course, it 8,640, but at a discount rate it is provided as 455. This kind of discount and offers are also provided by this Python course, for this Python course by Udemy. And student can view this kind of offers, and they can be certified through these kind of courses. Definitely this kind of certification will help them in their further career development. And next one is online teaching and learning. This is possible with the help of Google Classroom, Kahoot, Zoom Education, Seesaw, Photomath and Edumoda. And these tools are very much helpful for us during the time of pandemic for handling our online classes and for sharing the materials to our students in an effective way. A sample Edumoda. So this is both comes under the web application as well as mobile application. So this is a app, and if you are installing this app, not only the teachers as well as the students, parents can also get connected with the teachers as well as students. So a parent can monitor all their kids' activity and their progression and how they are responding to the assignments and project work, etc. Everything can be viewed through this app in an effective way. So this kind of apps are very much helpful for better education for the student. And e-resources. Normally e-resources consist of e-books, e-journals, e-videos, PPTs, and e-zine, that is nothing but magazine, e-magazine, e-thesis and dissertation, and e-reference books. I provided some sample for e-magazine, www.indiatoday.com. For thesis and dissertation, we can refer https://oatd.org and http://scholar.libvt.edu thesis. And for reference book, we can refer Britannica or Springer, etc. And these kind of e-resources are helpful for teachers as well as students for getting some content through e-resources in an effective way. And most of the books, e-books, can be freely downloaded, or for a simple amount of cost they can be downloaded. And for scholars as well as researchers, these theses and dissertations are much helpful, and oatd.org is providing all the thesis and dissertation already completed in an open way, and everybody can view and they can be benefited. And next one is virtual online classrooms and labs. Zoom, Gmeet, Teams, WebEx, VizIQ, several tools or apps are providing virtual as well as online classroom environment. And Zoom, Gmeet, Teams, WebEx, everything we are using for conducting online classes as well as webinar, etc. And this is a sample VAZIQ. So this is providing a very good virtual classroom atmosphere for online education. Here the work area is used by the teachers for writing text or drawings, or for writing any mathematical expression, etc. And all the attendance details and assignment that can be shared, as well as the real live stream can also be done, and real time the teacher as well as the student can communicate with the chat box. So many facilities are there, and this virtual classroom definitely provide a real classroom environment to both student as well as the staff member. Next one is virtual labs. So normally we are demonstrating or doing practicals in the laboratories. Likewise, for science subject, for computer science or biology, chemistry, physics, or anybody, they can be benefited by this virtual labs. And normally the pictures as well as the equipments can be viewed in a two-dimensional mode in a book and paper. But through this kind of virtual labs, the student can get into a 3D effect of the viruses or some biological structures in a effective manner. And this is a virtual science lab which provides a 3D virtual lab simulation, as well as it is interactive too. We can interact with the software also. And this is a virtual frog dissection virtual lab. Normally Animal Ethics Committee nowadays banned the dissection of animals in the laboratory. So for doing the dissection, the student as well as the staff members can make use of this virtual frog dissection or virtual lab for doing the dissection of frog, cockroach or rat, anything. And this is nothing but a computer simulator only. So it is a programmed software through which the student can do whatever thing they are doing in a normal dissection lab. Apart from the online labs or virtual labs, computer science and other electronics and other communication department students can be benefited by online labs also. They can do their programs in online mode, and online compilers are available for executing their program, and they can get the results there itself. Next concept is virtual augmented reality. Virtual reality and augmented reality are similar to each other, but technologically they are different, and the equipments they are using is in a different way. Virtual reality puts user inside the virtual world. AR puts the virtual things into the user in real world. And here in the virtual reality they need some specialized devices. Here VR camera is fixed on the eyes of the user, and they can feel the virtual thing into the real worlds. Virtual reality is used in many applications, medicine, business, etc. And also it is applied in education sector also. So here the student can really feel the study or feel the thing they are studying. So this is a solar system, on viewing the solar system in a real world through this VR model or VR device. So the student can feel the various planets that is surrounding himself in a real environment. So this kind of virtual reality provides a better understanding on the concept they are studying. So this is also one example. Here they are studying about the anatomy of the human body, and the internal parts are clearly visualized, and they can have a feel and touch and feel environment of the human body through the various augmented reality softwares. So they can not only view the parts of the internal parts of the human body, but they can better understand the functioning of the parts. Finally, this is also one example of the augmented reality. Here, from the blueprint, we can predict or we can view what will be the final building structure. So this augmented reality is helpful for getting a final outcome of the blueprint. So from this, the construction people can alter, or from this the construction people will get a knowledge about what will be the final look of the building. So these technologies are providing a very good result or impact on the education side. For it is benefited by both student as well as the staff members. Technology provides students with easy to access information. Accelerated teaching and learning is for the staff members. Enables the students to explore new subjects and deepen their understanding of difficult concepts. Because of that only, the students are excelling in their projects as well as other activities. Novel and innovative ideas are evolved from teachers as well as students, and not only this, we can monitor the student progression in a easy manner because of the technology growth. Finally, let me conclude with this saying: success all depends on the second letter. So everybody can guess the second letter is U. So the success is all depends on you only, that is you and me. So here teachers and students all are having so many resources in the internet in a free of cost, as well as the technology helps us and mold us in a very good way. So all depends on us to get into a successful life. So with this one I conclude. So success all depends on the second letter, that is us. So we can make use of the technological growth in the educational process in a better way to get a better successful educational output in the near future. All the best, dear participants. Finally, I thank once again the organizer for inviting me as a resource person for one of the session in the 7-day faculty development program through online. Once again, I thank you one and all. Thank you.